the building does have mold, and it does have the possible side effects of the mold are asthma, hypersensitivity, pneumonitis, rhinosinusitis, bronchitis, and other respiratory infections, and that you are entering at your own risk. And we are advising you of the risk of entering inside.
Okay, we also hereby object to the use of body cams. Would like to be turned off for the record, as per the City of Miami Beach's ordinance. So let's start.
Let's go.
Just,
Have a very nice day.
the last thing is just for everybody's sake, there is stuff on the floor.
Yeah.
I know you'll see it.
Okay. Thanks for being here.
See you in a minute, guys.
All right. You take the lead.
Yeah, when you have the first floor column. And all this came off as they were removing drywall. It wasn't, we weren't trying to take it off. So this is generally the area below the state. At the end. See this column, this was a test, a laser probe, just to make sure like how a control column would react when you put the probe in. Okay. This was supposed to be a control column. You haven't opened it up. We've exposed this smoke. Now, we've done testing on this column. This is one of the blowouts from the laser probe.
Yeah.
This is where they took the chloride sample. This is column 3, right? So, I mentioned in the report that we found parts of concrete that were paste-like or plaster-like.
Yeah.
And if you look here, you can see this here. It's pure white. It's not a repair. It looks like when they were building it, they just pumped out all the rest of whatever was there in the concrete.
Yeah, there was a
So you have these like accumulations of sediment. You can actually just break this off and crumple it in your fingers. The concrete above it, if you look very closely, you can see that it looks like sand. We didn't test the components, obviously. But you can actually, if you're tall enough, you can flake your finger, like
You
your
guys
finger
could do
across
that.
it, and it just flakes off of the top part. So that's why we tested 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 3A, 3B, 3C, in accordance with the report.
Yeah.
Because of the condition of all this, we didn't do the core. We were initially going to do a core here, but that's why we started implementing the indoor core. I was hoping that I could correlate the winter probe and slit hammers to the floor test.
Yeah, but it's all over the place.
And then you could go do that all throughout the building with less concern in the court. But as you could see, it really wasn't returning.
You found a lot of inconsistency within the same member.
No, there's not a lot of consistency.
Inconsistencies.
Yes, inconsistent. So this was a winter probe that held, this is column 4. And we did the core test. And you can see in the report that we weren't able to correlate the results enough to feel comfortable to then just switch winter probes. That's what I have done. So this is column 1, 2, 3, in the wall. So this is the start of the hotel. Right? This is the start of a 16-story structure. So as you can look up here, you can see there's no joint between the 16-story structure and the lobby 3-story portion of the structure. We'll go this way. They're already. What? Okay. So everything's set? Yeah, I can't get it.
There's water.
Double height columns to come in the 16th floor. So this is here where I have that potentially collapsed location. Okay, so this is the Napoleon ballroom. This is that auditorium. As well as the wall along the hallway. So essentially, when you have tension and the slab's going to pack like this, right? It's going to pack on the top. This is obviously an assembly area, okay? So in part of the assessment, which I discuss in the report, in any attempt to try to just save this portion of the building south of the isolation joint, you have to consider that this slab is already showing signs of distress because it's not just a subtle deflection. You can see the actual tension crack above walls that are not necessarily meant to be bearing walls. So that covers all the areas you asked about.
Look at it. Any court for this slab or not?
No, we did everything in a progressive order as we found it. And when we found everything that we had already found, we just said we have what we need to prepare our findings, because my scope of work was to determine if there's any remaining service life. And if so, can we do any repairs to meet that service life or extend that service life? And what maintenance cycle would you need to do that? So once I had enough information for that, and considering the conditions we were finding, I didn't feel it was responsible to keep, poking holes in the building.